Is Mesmer a dark, twisted form of Miquella's original body in the cocoon? Rips onto the lower jaw of the mask, pulls it up, and then you can see its nasty Fred Flintstone Morgoth feet. Hey guys, Elden Ring is back. The sequel. No, actually the DLC. Although it's almost like Elden Ring 2 due to its size. I'm going to be doing the trailer first, and then I'll give a bit more of a slideshow of a breakdown and some details. I have seen the trailer, so this isn't my first time. I just want to get a refresh. And yeah, I'm curious to see what you guys think. So let's get into it. It's back.
Peggy 16.
Mohg's Palace. And this is where you're going to start. Radiant.
He wields love to shrive clean the hearts of men.
Miquella, of course, but we knew that. Like I mentioned in my theory.
There is nothing more terrifying.
Then what? A sinister, corrupted Miquella? I don't know. We'll see. And here's the original art with the first announcement of the DLC. Beautiful. And a great shot of the Halo tree, I think. Okay.
In that forsaken place, blood must spill. Okay. Blood of your fellows.
Tarnish, I assume. Yeah, Tarnish.
They were never saints. They just happened to be on the losing side of a war.
This is what interests me here. Because this creature, I don't think it's so much a creature. It's got weird physiology. You'll see in the breakdown.
Mother.
Mesmer.
Wouldst thou truly lordship sanction in one so bereft of light? I presume you too are keen to know just what kind Miquella is doing here.
Kind Miquella is doing in the shadow of the Erdtree. The Shadow Realm, I assume it would be. Because that's where you're gonna head.
Those stripped of the grace of gold shadow meet death in the embrace of Mesmer's flame.
Come now, touch the withered arm and travel to the realm of shadow. I will not be far behind. May we meet again.
Oh, Ronnie's going to the Shadow Realm as well. I didn't realize that. I mean, it was her voice, but I didn't know she was actually going to be following you. Okay, yep, and there's Miquella, and then he signals to the Halo tree. Okay, alright, let's move on to the breakdown now. Alright, now on to the finer details and kind of highlighting key points I think that will play a part in the story. And the armor, creatures, that's kind of, I think, very straightforward and kind of has face value. Of course, From Software likes have more visual storytelling in their environments and so on and so forth. So I really want to highlight those. Starting with the Halo tree, which I believe is Miquella's Halo tree, we're going to be in the Shadow Realm. So that's the first thing you're going to notice. When they showed the withered arm of Miquella, that's where you're going to go. And just so in case new players, or I guess people who haven't fully fleshed out the game, Mohg, which is Mohg's Palace, is an optional boss. You may not have an opportunity to fight him, and I'm curious how they're going to implement that within the DLC to let people be aware of it. Nonetheless, that's where you're going to be entering the Shadow Realm is through Miquella's hand. So I think that'll have a lot of significance. And I don't know if this is his Halo tree, but let's just assume it is. As you can see, it's bleeding. It's got this yellow sap. It's obviously dying, and it's being corrupted by Godwin's death root, and that's what I'm assuming is happening. As you can see here, the roots and this bark, this tree, all belong within the death root, not catacombs, but it's in the underground where you find Godwin. Right here, you see this yellow moss, kind of similar to, you can say, the sap, or it may be, or kind of has essence of it. And then you can see the bark and the roots are very much match up along with the branches. And then over here, we can actually see a death root, and it emits this yellow poisonous mist. And you can see the similarity. It definitely could be a part. I do believe that Godwin and Miquella are going to have some way, odds, or they're going to have some type of connection, some type of involvement together. All right, on to the second. This is, I believe, going to believe Miquella's rune, his great rune. He didn't have one. We know all the demigods did. He didn't. And I can only assume this is going to be aligned with his unalloyed gold that he had created. So that's what I'm assuming this is going to be. On to this mysterious character here. I believe this is going to be a tie-in or have some type of relation to the Canarian family, which is Renala and Ronnie's lineage. And the decorations, this is within the manor, and I think this is going to be, he's going to be a relative of some sort. Because if we move on to the next picture, you can see his attire. He's had the matching crown of Renala and then the wardrobe. He might be a caster, he might be a wizard, or he might be a long lost friend or somebody of importance to the family. And then here's that really cool shot. I believe this character here, these two are the same. You can tell by the cloth he's wearing, but also this looks to be a Golden Order seal. I'll have to double check, but you can see he's pulling this sword. I think it's an ancient Golden Order sword, and it looks very similar to the sacred sword that you get from defeating the Elden beast, because it has this spine of a human along the blade. And then this female here, she might be Marika, maybe she's a deathbed companion. She's got blonde hair. I don't think she's Fia, but interesting note. And then we have this fiery caged boss, and I automatically thought of the fell god from the red thorn sorcerers worship. You can find these in the mountain, and he might be another symbol of a fell god, and obviously he has thorns, and you can kind of see the overlap. And then you get this weird looking worm face. It's not a worm face, it's a different type of character, but I believe this might be taking place in Moonlight Altar for two different reasons. One, you have the moon, and it has a similar atmosphere in night compared to the Moonlight Altar. Also, look at the character. Might be a player character, might be an NPC, I'm not sure. But he's got the Carian Knight armor, which ties in with the Rey Lucaria and Renala's family lineage of the Canarian royalty. So, and here's the real odd one, is this Omen lion-like character. And you can see this hand, it actually picks up like this mask. And that looks like an Omen hand. And then you can see his nasty Fred Flintstone Margot feet. And then you can see a little bit more here. You can see the foot slamming down. And then you see these weird creepy hands and almost like a hooded head. So it might be some type of, I don't know, tool mechanic costume or whatever it may be. Some type of where it's multiple people made up in one design. Okay, now this is where it gets interesting. What if Mesmir is Miquella? Or Miquella's corrupted form that was in the shell that Moog had snatched, that he was corrupting with blood, turned into Mesmer, or is Mesmer, and it's a villain you have to fight. Alright, so one thing is, look at the hands here. You see his long, nasty hand. I don't see a ring on his fingers. They don't show up further up on his left hand, but they got the long fingers, and you can tell by even the structure of the arm, he's very lanky and lean. And then here's where I think he gets there's a little bit more damning evidence, you can say, is one, Mesmer. All right, Mesmer is going to be short of mesmerize, which holds the attention of someone and exclusive to all else. And obviously it's kind of hypnotizing. When you're mesmerized, also you're fixated in one thing, and it's almost like a charm. Well, that charm would actually be Miquella's charming, bewitching branch, which is the Imperium Miquella is loved by many people, and indeed has learned very well how to compel such affection. That's when I talked about in the beginning how he pulls in affection and love of those, and that's why you look at the followers when you go to Miquella Erdtree. He has all the soldiers and all those people kind of serving him. Miquella has that power. He has that influence, and Mesmer could be the corrupted dark version of Miquella. And then here's sweet Miquella with Sycamore. Okay. As for his face and everything like here, this is concept art. I mean, well, this is fan art. This is not concept art. There's nothing canon. But it is interesting because it does have similar features to Mesmer. And then obviously the red hair. The other aspect is Mesmer is talking about, or they mentioned about how he is the son of the mother and of Radagon. I have to double check, but I believe he is a demigod, and if he's both the son of Marika and Radagon, that means he's a sibling to Miquella and Malenia. Now, he either could be a sibling or it could be the twisted form. Also, he's got the red hair, and his face, he's got more angular, softer features that I think would fit Malenia and Miquella. And then one other connection is when he's lifting up the player to, engulf him in the fire. It's very similar to when Miquella will have her way with you when she's lifting you in the air, impaling you. Just like he would be, he's Mesmer the Impaler. Okay, and one other interesting detail, I think, was this gypsy-looking warrior with twin blades. I automatically thought to the class warrior that you can play as, which has twin blades, similar moving style, animation when fighting, and also I believe there was a connection of the this type of warrior, the way they kind of move. They also trained Malenia, or there's some type of connection there. I have to double check, but I can see these definitely overlapping and be almost opposites. Maybe from the land of reeds, blood. I don't know, but definitely can't deny the two styles are almost identical. And then last is going to be Miquella himself and all his glory, and you can see him then leading you to his Erdtree. Now, what I'm thinking could be a dynamic within the game is when you first start out, you actually might meet Miquella first when he's in his holy state, you can say, unaltered, maybe more of a spiritual, and his more grounded material is that twisted Mesmer, and you kind of have to have the spirit versus the body or the shell combat. Or maybe Mesmer's not him at all, but nonetheless, I do believe Miquella will approach you. I think he will maybe look to show you the way of healing the Erdtree or having some type of effect of reversing everything in the Shadow Realm. Or maybe Miquella has the answer to heal the lands between. Maybe he wants to heal the Shadow Realm and have that translate into, the actual real world. So, but that's, I out of the 3 minutes of the trailer. That's what I thought was most interesting. You let me know what you guys think. Is there anything I missed? Is there anything else you know? I really haven't watched any other videos or read much more of what's going on. All I know is that this isn't George R.R. Martin's story. This is all from Software. And the difficulty is going to be pretty much the same as Endgame of Elden Ring, and that we know the Shadow Realm, how you approach it, and I think that's it. But yeah, I'm super excited. I love Elden Ring. It's going to be coming out in June. In the meantime, I'm also looking to stream. I'd like to stream a new playthrough, and I think that'd be a lot of fun. So you guys let me know if you'd like me to do it, and I'd like to have a good time hanging out with y'all. Anyways, thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, all that fun basic stuff, and I will see you guys next time. See ya.